You see the little shit going. That's a video. It's been a long time, and I know a change is gonna come. Oh, yes, it will. What's up, fight fans? This is Counterpunch with Counterpunch Boxing News, and I have some new news concerning Deontay the Bronze Bomber Wilder and Teddy Atlas. Teddy Atlas slams Deontay Wilder, claiming that he can't fight despite picking him to beat Tyson Fury. And this is what he said from the gift horse himself. I've been saying since the beginning of his career that Wilder can't fight. He can't fight. He never learned how to fight, but punchers are not made, they're born. And he was born with the great eraser, with the thunderbolt in his right hand. He says, how many times I said that Wilder does not know how to fight, and people attacked me. Where's the eraser now? Hashtag Wilder Fury. He says sometimes it's good not to care and just to go in there and go after that. He didn't try and box. He didn't try and use his best assets, his legs and his elusive ability. He went in there and went balls to the wall. Now, to add to what Teddy Atlas was saying, Teddy Atlas been saying that. Teddy Atlas is one of those guys that he's been around a lot of fighters, a lot of people that can fight, that can box, that couldn't box but could fight, but can't fight at all, but just had a hard punch, which is, Deontay Wilder's case. And I agree with him. I agree that Wilder can't fight. See, a lot of people have mentioned this, but they haven't just really came out and said it. Wilder can't fight. I think I've mentioned it, in a few videos, maybe. But if you were a guy that was getting beat like Deontay Wilder was getting beat, you wouldn't throw one punch at a time like that, okay? You wouldn't throw a punch at a guy hits you 5, you don't throw one punch if you know how to fight. You know what I mean? You're going to learn how to put combinations together. You're going to learn how to left hook, set your right up by your left hook. If he's in the ropes, bop, bop, bop. You know what I mean? Because when the person knows how to fight, mentally, they know, I've done this again and again from experience. Someone rushed me, I rebutted, I counterpunched with flurries, with an attack, with a lethal combination, okay? I showed that person, this is what happens when you attack me. This is what happens if you get me on the ropes and you're throwing these punches towards me. It's either I grab you, spin you around, right? And put myself in a position that you were at and do the same thing you did to me, or I fight my way out of that corner. Now, the second one is pretty dangerous, because if you fight yourself out of the corner and somebody's throwing punches, right? Like Fury was doing, and Fury's not a slow blow. He's not a guy that's going to go in there slow. He's going in there to attack. He did what he said he's going to do. And it's funny, he fought him like he fought Otto Vailane, just more aggressively because he was in better shape. He was bigger. The dude was almost 300 pounds, a 7-foot, 300-pound man throwing punches at you. It doesn't matter if he's the hardest puncher in the heavyweight division. That don't matter. The punches that mattered are the punches that hit you. And a lot of them hit Deontay Wilder. But what did he do? This is about Wilder, okay? In response to getting hit with those punches, nothing. That's it. That's what he did. Threw one punch at a time. And with the right, he had to be coming forward. His momentum had to be coming forward to throw that punch. Therefore, it wasn't a lot of those thrown because he was not moving forward a lot. He was getting moved backwards. He was getting beat and punched backwards. He was forced to go back. He wasn't used to that, but it didn't matter anyway because it showed, okay, I'm not used to this, but so let me show this guy what I can really do because this one punch ain't working. This punch that I hit him with, it didn't work this time. What am I going to do now? Okay, it's time to stop trying to throw a Hail Mary and let's start throwing some decent passes. In reference to boxing, let's start putting some combinations together. You can't get this guy out of here with one shot. You know what I mean? But that wasn't enough, but that's all he knew how to do. Like Teddy Atlas said it himself. He said that he never learned how to fight. And if you never learned how to fight, you got to ask yourself, whose fault is that? Ultimately, you have to blame Deontay Wilder, but then who was training Deontay Wilder to have that type of mentality, that type of mindset? Who was that? I mean, who was trying to get this guy to do what he was doing? Who got this guy in this situation that he's in? This guy is a dude that got people out of there with one punch, and it saved the day. You know the difference between Deontay Wilder and someone like David Tua? David Tua did know how to fight. At least he knew how to fight. Okay? He showed that in the first fight of his career that he lost. Ike Abarabuchi, David Tua. If you haven't seen a fight, a heavyweight fight to that magnitude, if you want to see a drug out, just mountain climbing, ass kicking fight, a brawl, look at Ike Abarabuchi, David Tua. I think it was in 97, I believe, or 96. Great fight. But David Tua was getting someone that was taking it to him, but he was also giving it as well as bringing it. You know? He was taking it and he was giving it too. So it was one of those situations where Deontay Wilder didn't have that. He didn't have that dig deep factor because there's nothing to dig. He didn't know how to fight. Teddy Atlas was right. He never knew how to fight. He showed us you can't fight. You can punch. A lot of people do me, okay, for the retarded. Okay? It's good to throw one punch. If this game was, hey, I'm going to hit you, you're going to hit me, and we're going to see who stands, okay? Deontay Wilder would beat probably everyone if he went first. Right? This ain't the game. It's hit and not get hit. Okay? And I'm going to tell you the blessing and the resilience that people don't think about. Deontay Wilder went through all these fights without getting beat. That had to be, you can look at it a lot of ways. You can look at it and say that's some hell of a matchmaking, right? That's one Hades of a matchmake that you guys concocted these fights without him getting beat, And none of these guys thought, hey, let me take it to this tall guy. All they really thought was, hey, you know what? This guy got a lot of knockouts. He hit me. I ain't gonna try to fight him back. I'm just gonna fall. That might have been the case. Look at Malik Scott. Remember him? Friends of Deontay Wilder, and they couldn't even find the punch that hit him. They replayed it. We were trying to look for that. Was that it? God, his punches were so heavy it hit him on the side of the head. And everyone by now knows Deontay Wilder doesn't have a left hook. The casuals will try to convince you he had a left hook because he hit Tyson Fury with the left hook after Tyson Fury was technically temporarily comatose by the right hand he got hit with in the 12th round, right? But it is what it is. Teddy Atlas, him slamming Deontay Wilder, it's no Sean on just and singling him out. Teddy Atlas does that with everybody. And in fact, he did this a long time ago. I just never got around to it. But I did want to counterpunch it and let everyone know that, no, Deontay Wilder can't fight. He's just a puncher. As many people, though, many people have said, what they could do with Deontay if he actually learned to open up. But if you're secluded, like Deontay was in Alabama, and he was trained by the people that really did not train him much or did not routinely make him do certain things to give him that muscle memory to throw certain punches in certain situations. They never thought to get a guy in there to press Deontay to see what he can do. No. Every guy was probably as far as his arm reach that he can catch with that right hand. And that's how they planned it. That's how they trained Deontay. They didn't at no point say, hey, man, I want you to get up under those punches and bring it to Deontay to see what he can do, to see what we need to work on, because we have to see how he reacts to a person that attacks him in such a way. They never done that. I know they haven't done that. You seen Deontay in that corner? He didn't know what to do. And it was almost like a person that was in an uncomfortable situation that they've never been in, and nobody trained them to get out. And he was almost looking for like, okay, I'm in this situation. I guess I'll just tough out. Okay, let me give you a prime example. Another example. Luis Ortiz. Remember Ortiz caught him with that right hook and buckled him? And then he came with an onslaught of punches in the 7th round. He hit him 11 or 12 times. And Deontay didn't hit him any. He tried to hold on. He hung over him. You know, he did have that at least. But Ortiz punched himself out doing that. Older guy, right? Older than Deontay, to be fair. You know what I mean? But after that fight, they should have learned then, hey, we need to get somebody in there. If Deontay gets hurt like that again, we need to put him in a situation where he knows what to do if he's hurt. They didn't do that. And if they did, he didn't listen. Okay? But anyway, you guys tell me what you think about Tyson Fury slamming Deontay Wilder that he can't fight. You guys tell me what you think. Of course, please subscribe. And you all have been counterpunched. Peace.